clear, walking on eggshells does not feel good. So keep that in mind when you're doing this dance where you have a fear of conflict, maybe because someone is going to escalate or someone is not going to be within your best interest for the team. You can refrain to hold information from them. And what happens here is that it stifles innovation because you don't want to actually have constructive feedback to the situation that might actually improve the whole team, but you just won't say it. And so what happens is your team becomes less optimal as you're going forward, and there's more issues that tend to arise in the future because of that, as things compound from each team member that's not sharing valuable information that can mean the success or failure of your project. As a leader, what can you do to help improve the situation if there's fear of conflict in your team? First of all, a leader must acknowledge that conflict, at least healthy conflict, is productive, and that if teams tend to avoid it, you gotta acknowledge that it might be necessary to actually talk about this, understand each other, so we can go forward and move on. The other option here is to really bring up points of contact or points of conflict within the team, even if it gets buried underneath, like, hey, does it matter? You don't care, it's not that big of a deal. Really talk about it, making sure there's a resolution, using your emotional intelligence to spot those moments when we really need to talk about it more to kind of sell it to go forward. Also, making sure you're encouraging your team to not retreat from this healthy debate. It's actually healthy to do this as long as it's constructive, data-backed. Really having data and attacking the situation, looking at the situation, is more productive than looking at people, attributes, or traits. And as leaders, we tend to try to stop or break up conflict, but it's actually a naturally occurring process. We all have differences, come from different backgrounds, so facilitating these conversations is important with the team, making sure that they are discussed. But